George Washington, born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia, was a pivotal figure in American history, renowned for his leadership during the American Revolution and as the first president of the United States. His life can be broken down into key periods: his early life, military career, leadership during the Revolution, and his presidency. Early life, 1732 to 1752. Washington was born into a family of modest wealth. His father, Augustine Washington, was a tobacco planter, and his mother, Mary Ball Washington, took on a significant role after Augustine's death in 1743. Young George was largely self-taught, and though he did not receive a formal college education, he learned through practical experiences. At 17, he began his career as a land surveyor, traveling across Virginia's frontier, which gave him early exposure to the challenges of frontier life. Military beginnings and the French and Indian War, 1753 to 1758. Washington's military career began in the early 1750s, when tensions were growing between the French and British over control of North American territories. At 21, he was appointed a major in the Virginia militia and was sent by the British colonial governor to deliver a message to the French to vacate the Ohio Valley. This mission helped establish his reputation, but also sparked conflict that grew into the French and Indian War, 1754 to 1763. During the war, Washington gained valuable military experience, but also suffered setbacks, such as his defeat at Fort Necessity in 1754. Despite these early struggles, his bravery in battle, including his role in General Edward Braddock's failed campaign, earned him a promotion to colonel and command of Virginia's troops. By the end of the war, Washington had built a reputation as a leader capable of handling frontier defense. Marriage and plantation life, 1759 to 1775. After leaving military service in 1758, Washington married Martha Custis, a wealthy widow, in 1759. This marriage significantly increased his wealth as he took over her estate, Mount Vernon, where he became a successful planter. Over the years, Washington became involved in local politics and was elected to the Virginia House of Burgesses, where he began to voice his opposition to British policies. Leadership in the American Revolution, 1775 to 1783. As tensions between the American colonies and Britain escalated, Washington emerged as a leader of colonial resistance. In 1775, the Second Continental Congress appointed him Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. His leadership throughout the Revolutionary War was critical to the American cause, despite numerous challenges such as inadequate supplies, training, and funding for his troops. Washington's army experienced early defeats, but persevered. His bold crossing of the Delaware River in 1776 and the subsequent victories at Trenton and Princeton revived the revolutionary cause. Despite hardships during the winter at Valley Forge, 1777 to 1778, Washington managed to hold the army together. The turning point came with the decisive American victory at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781, where Washington, with the help of French forces, forced the surrender of British General Cornwallis. This victory effectively ended the war, and the Treaty of Paris, 1783, recognized American independence. Presidency and the formation of the new republic, 1789 to 1797. After the war, Washington retired to Mount Vernon, hoping to live a quiet life. However, political instability in the newly formed United States led to his return to public service. In 1787, he presided over the Constitutional Convention, where the U.S. Constitution was drafted. His leadership and the respect he commanded helped in the adoption of the Constitution, and in 1789 he was unanimously elected as the first President of the United States. Washington's presidency, 1789 to 1797, set many important precedents. He helped establish the executive branch, oversaw the creation of a national bank, and maintained neutrality in foreign conflicts, particularly between Britain and France. One of his most significant acts was stepping down after 2 terms, setting the precedent for a peaceful transfer of power in the new republic.